The girl was visiting her late mother's grave. Suddenly, a mysterious flower began to grow in front of the tombstone. Curious, she reached out to touch it, but the flower instantly wrapped around her wrist. Before she could react, it dragged her straight underground. When the girl, Jenny, finally woke up, everything around her was pitch black. Terrified, Jenny slowly stepped backward, only to bump into a skeleton. She screamed and stumbled away, but the skeleton suddenly began playing cheerful music. Then a female skeleton hung lanterns along a rope, leading to a dreamy, glowing castle in the distance. The female skeleton picked up the flower, placed it gently on her head, and pulled Jenny toward a dining table. Soon, she carved an exquisite flower out of a melon. But Jenny was too scared and only wanted to escape. Instead, the skeleton forced a plate piled with food into her hands. As the food fell, Jenny was transported into a magical jelly-like world. The skeleton pushed her forward, tossing her onto a floating balloon. Suddenly, the balloon burst. Jenny began to fall, but the skeleton caught her just in time. Trying to make Jenny laugh, the skeleton blindfolded herself, pulled off her own arm, and used it to whip a toy horse. The ridiculous sight finally made Jenny smile. Then Jenny grabbed another skeleton's leg, jumped up, and struck the toy horse herself. Once Jenny realized the skeleton meant no harm, the two began playing happily together. Since her mother passed away, this was the first time Jenny had truly felt joy. Later, at a masquerade ball, Jenny suddenly realized something shocking. That female skeleton was her mother. Overcome with emotion, Jenny rushed into her mother's arms, treasuring the warmth she had long missed. In the end, her mother placed the flower on Jenny's head, and slowly faded away. Just when Jenny thought it had all been a dream, she reached up and felt the flower still there. Only then did she understand. It was real. How long has it been since you last hugged your mom?